Hey, what's up, you guys? So, I have a word of the Lord that I wanted to share with you guys today, a prophetic word from the Lord that I wanted to share with you guys today. Um, so, you guys, a lot of God's children are being tested right now. A lot of God's children are being tested right now. A lot of people in general, not just God's children, are losing jobs, are having to quit. There's a lot of natural disaster going on in the world right now. The world is in an upheaval, and it's only going to get worse. Mark my words. It is only going to get worse. There's a lot of biblical prophecies in the book of Revelations that is coming to pass right before our eyes. You guys, we are living, when I tell you guys, and a lot of you guys, y'all be like, oh, well, I heard that all my life. That God is coming soon. God is coming soon. But he's coming soon, you guys. For sure. It's coming soon. He's coming soon, and he's coming for a perfect, he's coming for a spotless bride. Okay? He's not coming for the lukewarm Christian that just goes to church every Sunday, and that's just the extent of the relationship with God. No, he's coming for his true children of God. You know, he's coming for those who are on fire for God, those who have truly accepted him into their hearts as their personal savior, and who live out the lifestyle that Jesus led when he was on earth. Right, you guys? So, and a lot of his children, a lot of us are well aware of these times that we're living in. And we should be the last ones that are out here living in fear, you guys. We should be the last one out here living in fear. Maybe we need to silence, all of these voices as far as the news and the different voices that we're listening to. Because not everyone that you hear a word from, the news, constantly watching news, constantly always listening to different prophetic words and different things like that, that can cause a lot of confusion. That can cause a lot of worry and a lot of fear. I'm going to say it again. It can cause a lot of confusion. And I feel like there's a lot of confusion going on in the body of Christ right now. And God has not given us the spirit of fear. He's not given us the spirit of fear as his children. You guys, we have to trust. We have to trust in the Lord that he is going to provide for us. There is a story. Yesterday, I was seeking the Lord. I was really seeking the Lord. And I was asking him, Lord, what is it? I was asking him to speak and reveal and give his children direction as far as what we're supposed to be doing when times get tougher, when it gets crazier out here. There's a lot of jobs that are going to demand for people to get the V. You guys know what I mean when I say the V. I don't want to say the whole word because I don't want to get flagged. Right? So there's a lot of people, a lot of his children that are being forced to quit their jobs. And there's a lot of his children who are finding it difficult to be employed because of the guidelines and the new forceful regulations that are becoming more rampant with the V, right? So we are just living in a very difficult time, you guys. We're living in the end times, right? So I was asking the Lord, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do when we can't go to the store without showing them our, go to the go to the store to get food. If and we don't have a V card to be able to show, you know, to be able to show that we've gotten, the V in order to get food. How are we going to provide for our families in the end times? As children of God, as people who are not submitting to these regulations. And he just spoke to me and he told me, I thought of Noah. How Noah was righteous and he was a child of God, and he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord. He obeyed God, and he didn't have anything to worry about. God brought calamity. That God brought a lot of judgment. There was a lot of calamity. The world was completely flooded. God brought his wrath unto the earth, and there was a lot of destruction and calamity on the earth, right? There was a lot of wickedness going on, so God destroyed, the earth and everything in it with the flood. But he spared Noah because Noah was obedient. Noah was righteous. Noah was obedient. God is so big on obedience, you guys. So if we are living a life of obedience to the Lord, if we are doing our very best to live a righteous life, God, we don't have anything to worry about. God is going to provide for us, provide everything that we need. It is just hard for us as adults to trust God's trust and to let go of control. I understand that, you guys, but we have got to learn to do that. We've got to learn to trust and to have faith, or we're just going to be living in a constant state of confusion, fear, questioning, and doubting. You guys, Noah had everything that he needed up in that boat, up in that ark. He had every area of his life was provided for, and all of his family was good and was spared. Don't get me wrong. Don't sit there and think that just because you live a righteous life and you live in an obedient life that the rest of your family is going to be spared from the disaster and the wrath that God's about to bring on this earth. That's not true, because we all have our own individual walks with God, right? I can't save my family. As much as I pray for my family, I cannot. We have to work out our own salvation, right? But God will spare and provide everything that his children need. If he has to send a bird to deliver, a dove or something to deliver what you need, you guys, he is going to provide a way when it seems to be no way. So, you guys, it's hard, but we have to have faith, or else we're just going to be confused. And confusion brings about unbelief, and unbelief is a sin. So watch out for that, y'all. You guys, just stay encouraged. I am praying. I am a prayer warrior. I haven't always been a prayer warrior, but you guys, God has brought me to a place where I love to pray, and I realize the seriousness of the fact that we have to pray. If we are going to endure and persevere and prosper out here as children of God, we have to develop a consistent and persistent prayer life. We got to get to a place. We got to pray and ask God for a desire to pray, right? Or else we ain't gonna make it out here, y'all. We gonna fall under the pressure, under the struggle, right? So I have a couple of verses that I wanted to share with you guys to encourage you guys. And just don't depend on, I just have a random word I want to give. I feel like the Holy Spirit's speaking to me to give to you guys. Don't just depend on prophetic words. Open the word, and get that word for yourself. Get that fresh daily bread for yourself and eat it. Eat your daily bread, right? Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. I'm gonna read it again. Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. Psalm 55:22. So you guys, the true children of God, right? Who have a real, genuine relationship with God. We are not going to be shaken. We're adults and we, right? We're not children anymore, but we are children of God. So we have to remain dependent, right? We are children of God. We're children, not adults of God. We are children of God. So we were made to be provided for. So we have to stay in a state of trusting, right? Your children trust you to feed them. Your children trust you to clothe them. They expect that thing. They expect that you're going to feed them. They're going to expect that you're going to provide for them. They're going to expect that everything that they want and that they need, well, maybe not if they're my children. If they're anything like my children, they're not going to be expecting me to provide everything that they want, because they know that my kids know that I'm not going to provide everything that they want, right? But I will provide their need. I will provide their needs. I'm not going to always provide everything that they want, because y'all know the kids, we want a lot, right? If you guys want to know how we should behave as a child of God and how we should view God, compare it to you being a parent and your children being your child, and how dependent and trusting they are upon you. That's how we should be to God. And you guys, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's something that just happens just like this. This is a process that lasts to the day we die, you guys. So, you guys, we have to remain and stay trustworthy and dependent upon God, because He will provide for us. So the second verse that I wanted to share with you guys was Micah 5 verses 15. And I will execute vengeance in anger and wrath on the nations which have not obeyed. He did not say, and you guys, I'm going to read it again. And I will execute vengeance and anger and wrath on the nations which have not obeyed. So you guys, just take out the word nations and place people, and put people in there in place of nations. So I'm going to read it again, but with people in place of nations. And I will execute vengeance and anger on the people which have not obeyed. So I'm not talking about the fact, I'm not talking about if you may be watching me and thinking, oh, God is so angry and he's about to pour His wrath on me because I obeyed Him. You may be His child and you disobeyed Him once or twice. No, that's not who He's talking about. He's talking about people who have completely disregarded him. People who know and willingly have chosen a lifestyle of disobedience. People who live a life of disobedience to the Lord. Those are the ones that need to be fearing, you guys. Those are the ones that need to be worrying about, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to provide for my family? Those are the people that need to be living in fear. Those are the people that need to be worrying, not us children of God. No, he ain't gonna do us like that. We are his children. What type of father would he be? What type of father would he be if he was to leave us just hanging out here, right? So, you guys, I also encourage you guys to encourage your own selves. Learn to encourage your own selves in the Lord. Learn to encourage your own selves in the Lord. And you guys, I'm speaking to myself as well. Every word that God gives me to give to you guys, he gives to me. That it's a word for me, but I realize I realize it is a word for the body to edify and uplift, correct the body, all of his children. Not all of his children, but others, right? So I love you guys. I pray for you guys, and I don't only just pray for the children of God. I don't only pray for other fellow children of God, right? I pray for my enemies. I do. And that's another thing, children of God, that we have to learn how to do. We have to learn how to sincerely not just pray for our enemies because Jesus prayed for our enemies, right? Because we have to follow his example of what he did. He prayed for his enemies, but he was real about it. He was real about it. He was real about it. He got to a place where he actually loved his enemies, and he prayed genuinely for his enemies, for the good of his enemies. He prayed that God would genuinely bless his enemies. And that's how we have to learn how to do, you guys. I pray for my enemies. I pray for, my community, the nations, just different people with their different situations and stuff like that, and ministries, and my family. You guys, we have to learn to love to pray. We have to learn to love to pray, and we have to make a habit. We have to make a habit out of praying. You guys, when I first started my prayer life, when I first started praying sincerely, consistently, it was hard. It was hard. I had to make myself do it. I had to force myself to do it. But that's what we got to do. We got to fight our feelings. We gotta override this flesh with this spirit. We gotta override this weak flesh with our spirit, so we can build this spirit man up, right? We gotta make ourselves pray, and after we get to that point of making ourselves pray, and then we form a habit, and after we form a habit, we get to a place where we actually enjoy it, and we actually get to a place where I am now in my walk with Christ, in my relationship with God, where I can't even get up in the morning and start my day without prayer. Right, you guys? And that's where we got to get to a place where we enjoy praying, where we love to pray. But it is a process. It's a process, but it's one day at a time. You guys, one day at a time. Let's stop trying to rush it. You guys, if you guys are like me, I like to rush my progress. I strive for excellence. I strive for excellence. I want to be excellent. I want to get as much done in one day as possible. But God told me to slow down. And I believe that's a message for his children. It's to slow down and take it one day at a time. We serve God one day at a time. Um, don't worry about tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow has enough worries of its own. So that being said, let's focus one day at a time on this thing, on this walk with Jesus, because we all in it together, y'all. But anyways, if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I would love to be able to get a chance. You know what? I ain't even gonna say that because my father is in charge of this this YouTube channel. But like and subscribe this video, you guys, so the truth can get out there, and I can minister and encourage others and more people. So you guys be blessed, and I'll see y'all in the next video. All right.